Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you 3 ways to reduce something that is called graphite shine. And what exactly is graphite shine? So I've got a 6B pencil here, so that's quite high graphite content. It's a bit of a softer pencil, and if you were to shade like this, eventually you're going to get that shine effect. And when I look back at a lot of my old pencil drawings, I always notice one thing, and that's that horrible soft shiny glimmer on any section that I wanted to shade and make darker. And in reality, the opposite becomes true. It becomes really shiny, and honestly it just makes everything look a lot less refined, accidental. It looks bad. So I'm going to go through a couple of different ways how to reduce this. And the first way is to actually use less graphite. So in traditional pencils, you have B's and H's, and B's are softer pencils, which typically you would consider to be quite good at shading like you see here, but they've got more graphite in them, which can compress and kind of give this varnished, shiny look. Whereas H pencils, they tend to be a lot more clay-based, and the clay is a harder material, so it doesn't get as shiny. So instead of using this to get this shiny effect, in theory, if I use this and do the exact same thing, yeah, from what I can tell, it's less shiny. Almost as dark, but you can use different shading methods to give the illusion of more depth and more shading. So that is method number 1. Less graphite. Okay, method number 2. Don't press as hard. The reason you get this shining effect is when you press hard, you are compressing the graphite in the lead, which is smoothing it down, it's pushing it down onto the paper, and it's kind of almost smoothing it out. If you had a chunk of it underneath your thumb and you pressed it against there, it would get very smooth, very flat, and very shiny. So using this same 6B pencil as I used here, if I just very lightly go across it, again, that still seems quite dark compared to that, but you get a lot less shine. And when you're shading something, if I just do a quick sphere and you press lightly, compared to pressing a bit harder, that one on the right is shinier, but this, you still get all the depth you expect when you're shading. So number 2, don't press as hard. You can get the same kind of effect, it just looks a bit more delicate, I suppose, and if anything, you can get more subtlety when it comes to actually shading. So just be a bit more gentle. And method 3 is just limit the amount of times you go over the same area. So a lot of shading with pencils is about using the correct kind of pencil at the start. So I know at the start I'm going to get a lot better results if I use this H pencil. So if I were to use this sphere again, try not to pass over the same area more times than you have to. And to do this, you can use different shading techniques like hatching, cross-hatching, or even just doing small little dots. So you can avoid going over the same area again and again, creating this burnishing, this smoothing of the graphite. And instead, if you just use different shading techniques, you can get the same kind of effect without compressing too much. And I just tried with the B pencil. Which is a lot less difficult, a lot less delicate, but I'm sure it still applies. And in fact, I'm going to try and use my mechanical pencil as well to see if I can get the same result. So mechanical pencils, obviously the lead is a lot thinner, so you can have more control. And use these shading techniques a bit better. So number 3, limit the amount of, I suppose, repeats, and that is how you get better at using pencils for art. I hope you learned something today. I certainly did. So, as always, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you get an opportunity to draw and learn something yourself. Bye!